Assalamu alaikum. This is Hamid Khan from section LLB 2A. Basically, I have selected the topic the rights of Allah, people, neighbors, and slaves in the light of Quran and Hadith in society for my presentation, which I am going to discuss in a while. First of all, I want to explain that basically what Quran is. So, Quran is the words of Allah revealed to and transmitted by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. कुरान मजीद अल्लाह ताला की वो अल्फाज है जो अल्लाह ताला ने हुजूर अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम पर नाजिल फरमाए हैं और उन अल्फाज को एक किताबी शक्ल दी है जिसको हम कुरान कहते हैं. Here I mentioned the Quranic verse from Farah number 5 Surah Al-Nisa which clearly mention some rights, and the verse states that worship Allah alone and associate none with him, and be kind to parents, relatives, orphans, and poor, near and distant neighbors, close friends, needy travelers, and those bondspeople in your position. Surely Allah does not like whoever is arrogant and boastful. We cannot limit the rights to just this verse because Quran is full of the basic rights which are mentioned everywhere in Quran. Now let's come towards Allah's rights. In Quran, Allah clearly says that وَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. Worship Allah Almighty and do not associate anyone with Him in worship. Basically, the rights of Allah are uncountable and cannot be limited to just few, but the most important is fear from Allah, worship to Allah, and consider Allah the only one in this universe. Now let's come towards parents' rights. Out of all kinsmen, first is parents' rights. Rights of the parents in connection with Allah's worship. अल्लाह ताला ने वालिदैन की हुकूक को अपनी इबादत से तशबीह दी है. हमारे वालिदैन के हम पर बहुत सारे हुकूक हैं. दैट इज़ द रीज़न फॉर हिज एग्जिस्टेंस. आजकल जो हम इस दुनिया में रह रहे हैं, आजकल जो हम इस दुनिया में जिस मकाम पर पहुँचे हैं, हमारे मौजूदा होने की वजह हमारे वालिदैन है. Word ihsan has been used for the rights of parents in Quran Majid. If anyone wants to fulfill the parents' right, so he or she should tend to heavy them, talk slow to them, don't use harsh words in front of them, and the most important, respect them. Neighbors' rights. The neighbors' rights are strictly imposed on Muslim by Allah. The neighbor should not be harmed by any of your words or deeds. Means to say that you should not use harsh words with your neighbors, or you should not do anything by which your neighbors get disappointed. Don't be seated in such a way that the place of your neighbor becomes small. Here means to say that if someone is traveling in train and he is seated in such a way that the place for his journey neighbor becomes small, so this act is prohibited by Allah. We should not use harsh words in front of them. We should be kind to them. We should help them in their difficult time because they need us in their difficult time. Now let's come towards slaves' rights. Nowadays there are no slaves, but the rights of slaves are mentioned in Quran Majid. You should bring your slaves all the things you used. यहाँ पर कहने का मतलब ये है कि हमें अपने गुलामों को वो सब कुछ देना चाहिए जो हम खुद इस्तेमाल करते हैं. हमें उनके साथ नरमी से सलूक करना चाहिए. हमें उनको वो सब कुछ देना चाहिए जो हम खुद कहते हैं, मतलब जो हमें पसंद है हमें वो अपने गुलामों को भी खिलाना चाहिए. Should give for wearing such clothes which they wore themselves. हमें अपने गुलामों को वो कपड़े देने चाहिए जो हम खुद पहनते हैं, जो हम खुद पहनने के लिए इस्तेमाल करते हैं. नो हार्ड वर्क. हमें गुलामों से सख्त काम नहीं करने चाहिए. गिव देम वेजेस अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर वर्क. If they do any work for us, so we should give some amount of money to the slaves. In the word, no one is superior. अगर कोई सुपीरियर है अल्लाह ताला की नज़दीक तो वो तकवा के लिहाज से है. नो वन इज सुपीरियर मीन कोई भी अल्लाह ताला की नज़दीक अगर सुपीरियर है तो वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ तकवा के लिहाज से है. Now let's introduce that what hadith basically is. So hadith is a collection of sayings, actions, silent approvals, and personal characteristics of the Prophet peace be upon him. Judgments, sayings, actions means that things which are conveyed to us by Holy Prophet peace be upon him by his sayings, actions, silent approvals, etc. are termed as hadith. Similarly, the rights we discussed according to Quran are also mentioned in Hadith. So first of all, let's talk about Allah's rights. There are many ahadith which shows the oneness of Allah. Prophet